Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Man, I'm happy to see you. I'm glad that you are here. I'm your host, Stevie Thomas for Ballin' Out Kennels, where we help new and beginning handlers create, perfect, and explore the art of hunting dog training through stories, tips, and techniques, and that proper mindset to get you started on the right track. So, here we go. This week's episode, I'm going to talk about something that I've learned along the way with hunting dogs. And of course, this is tailored to my new and beginning handlers. And it's, how can you hunt good dogs for little or sometimes no money at all? Now, there's really no secret that, the price of dog food, the price of vaccines, the price of housing a dog is getting pretty expensive. And for somebody who's just getting started or just, putting their foot in the dog game of hunting dogs, whether it's tree dogs, whether that's beagles, bird dogs, over here, Ballin' Out Kennels, we really talk about our hunting beagles. We talk about our American leopard hounds or leopard curs. And I'm just starting to get into my bird dogs. And I have a couple setters. We're just starting to get our foot wet in the bird dog world. But that's really what we talk about over here. So if somebody's just new, like you, who are just starting to get into it, it's like, how can I hunt good dogs for little or no money at all? And that really kind of sparked an idea for me because I've been, I would say blessed to really be able to connect with so many people in the dog world, in the hunting dog world, whether that's beagles, whether that's tree dogs, and slightly bird dogs, that have allowed me to do some great things. But it really started, with being an honest person. So we're really going to talk about how can you hunt dogs for little to no money. So the first step I would say is really just being an honest person, being somebody who is really ate up with hunting dogs. At least that's how I was when I first started. I wanted to know everything there is to know about hunting dogs. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about bird dogs, beagles, coon dogs, tree dogs, squirrel dogs. It doesn't matter. But if you show that interest and that love and that passion about these type of dogs, you'll be surprised the type of people that will be drawn to you or that you would appeal to. One of the things that you have on your side being new is the simple fact that you're new. You're really new. And anybody who's really been in hunting dogs for a period of time, we're starting to notice that there's, not a huge trend of people getting into dogs anymore. And if they are, it's more of the competition style of dogs, which is nothing wrong with that either. But it's so appealing and so interesting to have somebody who's new, have somebody who has a new passion for that type of dog that person is hunting or hunting dogs in general. And that's you. And like I said, this starts with being an honest person, just letting individuals know that, hey, I'm new to this. I'm really trying to get started. And it's not even just saying that, but actually starting to show signs, show the ability, show the true interest of getting into these type of dogs. I know a lot of us are a part of, different Facebook groups and that sort of thing. And sometimes you have to be careful with some of that because there is a lot of people on there who may have been in dogs for a long period of time. And they may not always know that other people are watching. And I know some of you guys are because you messaged me about it. Being a part of these groups, you may not understand, you may see a comment of somebody saying something about someone else's dogs. And you being new, you may want to add a post on there and try to figure out, hey, who has puppies? What's the best way to start them? How can I do this? How can I do that with these dogs? But you're nervous, but you're scared because you may see how sometimes people get reacted to on these groups and it shies you away. I just wanted to let you know, it's like, hey, sometimes that does happen, but over here, we really want to be encouraging. That is one of the biggest things we talk about at Ballin' Out Kennels and my team as we talk about being encouraging, helping those new people get started and really be a place of comfort for them so they can ask as many questions as they need to. And we can put them in the right direction or get them connected with people who are willing to teach, people who are, going to encourage you again to continue this sport of hunting dogs. And again, it's sad to say, but there's no secret that there are some people out there who would rather outlaw hunting with dogs, period. They would rather take it away and not allow it to happen at all. So having that done, seeing each other, get at each other's necks about certain dogs and how to train and what not to train, and that doesn't help the situation much, because it just gives ammunition for those people who are watching. Like, hey, see, look, we don't need hunting dogs anymore because they look how they treat each other. We don't need them. But again, over here at Ballin' on Killings, we really do not preach any of that. We want to encourage you. You're more than welcome over here in my team. We're more than welcome to help any way that we can. But again, it goes back to being an honest person and really making sure that you love the hunting dogs as much as you say. Getting with people who can take you hunting, asking questions. The dogs have allowed me to make connections really across the country. So it really doesn't matter where you are. We can probably find somebody who is willing to help get you on the right track. Hey, real quick, are you somebody who's new to rabbit hunting with beagles, or maybe on the fence and trying to get started or not? You might want a little bit more help getting pointed in the right direction. Well, I got just what you need. Producing a future rabbit dog. So in this short little book, I pretty much lined out exactly what I like to do when I'm picking my puppies, when I'm training my dogs, and just some other concepts I've learned over the years. Me, Ty, with a bunch of my mentors, put this together. A lot of this information is easy to follow. I want it to be as easy as possible for anybody who's never got in with dogs or rabbit hunting with beagles to be able to produce a future rabbit dog. So if you sound like that's you, go on and check it out on Amazon and grab you a copy. One of the ways of doing it really is just asking. There are a lot of people out there who have hunting dogs, again, whether it's beagles, tree dogs, bird dogs, who want somebody to hunt them. A lot of us have a good amount of dogs, and sometimes we can't always hunt each dog the way we want to. So if somebody came along who truly has a passion for it and is an honest person, and they say what they mean what they say, and they have good intentions, if you just ask them, hey, do you have a dog that you probably can't hunt as much as you want to? Would you allow me to hunt him for you? That can be a big ask, but it can be very rewarding at the same time. Because if you approach a person the correct way, utmost respect, we always talk about respect. If you show that person the utmost respect for their dog and for them and for their time, you'll be surprised how far that will go. And they just may offer you a dog that, hey, you know what? I actually do have a young dog that, hey, he's just getting started. This is his cons. This is his pros. Won't you hunt him for me? And boom. You just now got your hands on a prospect that you can hunt, again, for little or no money. And I'm going to keep saying it on this podcast. It's going to go back to being an honest, open person about the situation. And being willing to give that person respect, thank them, and truly put the time into it if they allow you to hunt one of their dogs. Truly put the time into it. Put the time and show this person videos, work with this dog. Speak to the person who's letting you, hunt the dog for them. Hey, what do you like doing? How do you like training dogs? And work with that person. Working with them will go way further than trying to go off and do your own thing, especially being new. There's a lot of us who want somebody new to come in and we can show them what we've been taught, because at some point in time, more times than not, somebody took the time to teach us the things that we know about our hunting dogs, besides the time that we put in ourselves. So that's a great way. Just ask, hey, is there a dog that you may not be hunting as much? Is there a way that I can hunt them for you? Take videos and keep in touch with this person and let them know that, hey, my dog is in good hands with this person. Having a track record or at least somebody that can vouch for you as well, to let them know that their dog is going to a good place, that you know how to take care of a dog, you know how to hunt a dog. If you don't, talk to that person, talk to somebody, and they'll be more than willing, more times than not, to kind of work with you and tell you how they like to do it. You know, show that person that you're a hunter. Show that person that you want to be in the woods, but you just don't have a lot of money at this moment in time. We've all been there, and anybody tell you that they haven't, they're probably not being very honest with you. We've all been there to where, you may want a certain type of dog, you just don't have the money, and on your end of things, maybe it's taking on an extra shift in the summer, cutting some extra grass, doing the things around that you can to put put a little bit more change in your pocket so you can save up and get that dog you really want. Show your true interest to somebody who's trying to be your mentor. Not only is it a benefit of being able to hunt a dog for somebody else, but now you could potentially have a mentor. Somebody to show you the ropes, somebody that you can ask questions to. Because if they've started this dog, or maybe the dog is already running, 3 or 4-year-old dog, now you have something to as a base. Now you have something to ask questions. Now you have a person to ask these questions to, because it's their dog. They want to see the dog be hunted more than anything. Working puppy deals. What's a puppy deal? A lot of times, people who raise a good amount of puppies, hunting dog puppies, it's not that we're really out here trying to break the bank. Yes, we do want money back for our investment. Of course, it's not always going to be equal, because the amount of dog food you have over the years, vaccines and all that sort of thing, of course it will not be equal. But of course we want something back for our time and our efforts and our money, and just what we put into this sport we love. But a puppy deal is basically where we just want someone to hunt the dogs that we cross. We make a cross. Most of us are using our brains to make these crosses, so we hope to put great dogs on the ground. But we can't hunt all of them. That's just part of the game. As much as we may want to, we can't keep all of them. So we can find somebody who is truly excited and truly passionate as much as we are, or at least on the same trajectory we are with these hunting dogs. We're more apt to even just give, especially a new person. That is such a benefit that you have. A new person, we're more apt to give a new person a puppy, so we know that dog is getting hunted. Don't get me wrong, a lot of us, we do sometimes sell our dogs as pets, and most of our dogs double as pets. I know mine do. Yes, they're hunting dogs. Yes, they're hunting companions. Yes, they're really good at what they do. But they're also pets. I go out there and spend a lot of time with them, let them run around the yard, and just let them be dogs, just regular dogs, especially during the off season. So they double as pets as well. But we more apt would like our dogs to be hunted, because that's what they're bred for. And if we have somebody we have contact with who's excited about it, and we know that they're going to somebody who's going to hunt them, or at least put the time in to try to make them into a hunting dog, that's great for us, because it allows us to figure out, okay, was this a good cross or not? It's really hard to determine if a cross was good or not when you only have the ability to hunt 1 or 2 pups out of 6, 7, or 8. That's not a really good ratio to figure out if that litter turned out, or if that cross was actually a good cross. So being able to work with somebody who's just getting into it and give them a pup, or even, compared to what we would normally charge for a puppy, giving you a huge discount on it. And don't get me wrong, there may be some stipulations that come with it. Hey, I like to see video. Hey, I would like you to train them like this. As long as that person is upfront with you and you're upfront with them, that deal, or however you guys work that situation, just be true to that. Just be honest with that person who's giving you this dog. Again, they could sit there and charge you full price, and you just have to pay like everybody else. But the benefit, again, that you have is being new. I can't stress that enough. It can be such a benefit for you. But what does that come with too? It's really not abusing this person's time. not abusing their good faith and believing in you and giving you one of their pups, or letting you pay a ridiculously reduced amount for one of the puppies. So what does that look like on your end? It's hunting a dog. It's taking videos. It's taking pictures. It's spending time with this dog. Try to make them the best that you can be. And again, if you don't have as much experience watching videos, reaching out to us at Ball and All Kennels, talking to that person, being a part of some of those groups to help start these dogs on the right track. Like I said, if that person who's giving you this dog, they're more apt to be willing to help you along the way because it's a benefit for them. Then what happens? You're going to get so much experience, and I guarantee, should this go the right way and this happen to me, down the road, you're going to remember somebody's going to reach out to you and going to be wanting a puppy out of yours because you put the time in. You understand now. You have a better foot on the game of hunting dogs. They're going to approach you and say, hey, I really would like a dog from you, but I don't have a lot of money. I'm just getting started. How can I go about getting one? And now you're able to pay it forward. Now you're able to do what somebody has done for you. And that's how it happens. That's how it keeps being passed on. That's how we keep this thing alive, is passing on information. We're so much better together than we are apart, especially in the hunt dog world. You know, as I said in the beginning, there's a lot of people out there who would rather us not hunt anything with dogs at all, not even let dogs be used for hunting. But if we don't necessarily work together and create a network, create a group of great people, we're pretty much going to be up against, the numbers just won't match. The amount of people who hunt dogs versus those who may not want us to hunt dogs, those numbers may not match. So you can do your part. And again, being an honest person. That's what it really comes down to. I can tell you the amount of people who have helped me. And a guy that comes to mind right away is, Mr. Vince Edwards from Illinois. And I met him through social media. I met him through Facebook. And the amount of stuff he's been able to do and help me with these dogs, and having, as much a good reputation as he's had. He's been in dogs for a really, really long time. And I got some of my content on Facebook where he's involved and we've hunted together. Just being able to, again, share some of these dogs back and forth. He has allowed me to hunt, some of his good dogs that he may not have had time in that period of time. But he knows that I'm going to hunt. That's what I do. I'm going to put all the time into these dogs, and I'll send him videos of, the dog he's let me have, or vice versa. With puppies, we're always, hey, this litter is coming out. What do you think about it? We're always bouncing off these ideas of each other. It's really no different. Creating that teamwork, creating that bond, creating those friendships through social media and a network of people and network of dogs. It's really no different. I've done it with Mr. Richard Bailey up in Michigan. We've done the same thing where we've swapped a leopard dog, and I know he was looking for one and I had one, and he made the trip down here to Iowa to get her. And now I'm going to be making the trip up to Michigan here for a beagle puppy. And we've had conversations, throughout the whole period of time, and being able to have him here at my house and having conversations, talking to him and seeing his passion, for leopard dogs and tree and bear and stuff I've never been able to do, but it's on my list to do. Now I have a person that, hey, if I ever wanted to go bear hunting with leopards, I have a guy that I can call. But again, it started with being an honest person. Just being a good person. Just being a good person and sharing a passion that somebody else has the same way you do. That's it. And I talk about my mentor, Mike, all the time. The amount of times that he's answered questions for me, the amount of time we've hunted together, it goes a long way, because now I feel that same passion and wanting to pass it on to somebody else. I got guys on my team, the Andrew Brays, the Jason Kings, we all do the same thing, to where we really just want these dogs hunted, and our focus is mainly on American Leopard Hounds, American Leopard Curs, which again, I will be an advocate for them for a very long time. They're phenomenal tree dogs, phenomenal coon dogs, bear dogs, cat dogs. I mean, you can hunt those dogs in really anything. But that's one of the staples that we made when we first got together and decided we wanted to be a staple, a big part in the leopard hound, leopard cur world, is we wanted to spread the love we have for these dogs to anybody who's wanting to know about them, wanting to learn about them, wanting to hunt them, wanting to have access to them, asking questions. We wanted to be a place that people can go, on top of us working together to just better the breed, just better in the breed. And doing that through being honest with each other, being honest with other people, being positive, that goes a long way. With you being new, you really don't have a lot of adverse effects of dealing with, dishonest people, or dealing with, some of the other back end stuff that can come with hunting dogs. So use that to your advantage. Really use that to your advantage. Having that passion. So there's so many places that you can go. Again, to get access to the Facebook groups are a really good place to start. And we talked earlier, just kind of be careful. Because I know a lot of you guys are sitting here, you're watching in silence. You're seeing how the group is operating. And a lot of the admin are great people. Those are really great people to reach out to. The administrators or the creators of those groups are a great place to start, especially when you're new and trying to get into, tree dogs, beagles, bird dogs. Checking out your local clubs. Your local clubs can be a huge place to, again, get your foot in the door and get around some people who have the same interests you do. That'll go a long way. And being a sponge. Again, being new, you have that to your advantage, where you can't come in with bad habits. You can't come in with some of these things because you're new to it. So being a sponge and constantly looking for content out there. And as you start to get your feet wet, you'll sift through things that'll work for you and things that don't work for you. If anybody's in there telling you that there is just one way to do, train a dog, train a bird dog, there's one way to train a coon dog, there's one way to train a beagle, they're probably not the person you need to be following. Because just like with anything, there's a lot of ways to get the same result. And working with people who have that belief in what they're producing, belief in the dogs, they have a track record, they have other people that they've helped. The dogs are creating a name for themselves. Them, as the person is creating a name for themselves as being an upstanding person, as being positive, as being somebody who's willing to give back. You really don't want to abuse it, because you're really only going to be new for a short period of time. It's really no different as a pup. A pup is only going to be a pup for so long, and they're going to start getting experience, and they're going to start growing, and then they're going to become a young dog, and then they're going to become a dog. You got to look at yourself. And I joke with people now, somebody will come to me and say, "Oh, I guess you're the dog man." Nope, I'm still a young dog in training. Because there's so many other people who are feeding into me and pouring into me, and I'm learning every single day. And that's a big part. You never want to stop learning. You never want to stop learning. The second you do that, you're going backwards. So approach it as a pup. Basically, you are a pup and you're looking for a trainer. And you'll become a young dog. You start to get some experience. You start to learn how to do a few things, how to train a certain dog to get to a certain point, and then you'll transition to being a dog, a hunt dog, a dog man, a dog woman. It's gonna happen. And that's just some of the ways, that you can hunt a dog for little or no money. Just ask if there's somebody who needs a dog hunted that you can help out. You can ask a person, "Hey, can I learn from you? I've seen you, have a lot of content. I've seen you post a lot. I see the videos of your dogs. and it's really cool what you're doing. How can I learn? How can I do some of the things that you're doing? Do you have pups sometimes? Is there a way that, hey, if I got a pup from you, if it ever makes out, you have rights to breeding. Or if I ever cross them, you get to pick who, the female or the male gets crossed to. Or, if I ever have a puppy, you get to have, puppy back. A lot of us like deals like that to where, hey, I'll give you a pup. And if this dog turns out, the only thing I want is, make a cross with it. Maybe I can get a pup back. Another thing, if the dog, for whatever reason, doesn't work out, I would like the dog back. That's another thing we really try to avoid. A person who breeds dogs, or at least allowing you to do this, is you want to have that respect to where if the dog doesn't work out for you, you don't want to just go off and sell it and move it down the road. That's like a slap in the face, unless that's what you agreed upon. That's almost like a slap in the face for somebody who giving you a dog. You want to show them that respect. Say, hey, the dog isn't working out for me, or how should I go about making it a little bit better or different? It's not quite working for me. Would you like the dog back, or can I give the dog back to you? Hey, this is what he's doing. This is what he's not doing. That'll go a long way, because that person is knowing you're being honest with them, and you didn't just go behind their back. You got the dog for free, and then you turn around and sell the dog for a few $100. That's just not right. It's just not. And you don't want that reputation. A lot of times with these, dogs, your reputation goes a long way. And I'm sure you probably heard, and if you're not, you'll hear it now. It's like, trust is easily broken, but it's hard to gain. If you're in a position where you've gained the trust of people, you really don't want to do something dishonest or do something wrong and lose that trust, because your reputation as a dog person will spread really fast, and now, you'll have a bad rep. And that's not really something you really want to have. Because once people figure that out about you, it doesn't take long. It'll be a lot harder to get pups, or it'll be a lot harder for people to want to deal with you or work with you. So always being respectful, even if that person doesn't have the same beliefs you do. But again, with you being new, use that to your advantage. There's so many other people who are willing to help out. You just got to ask for the help. You just have to ask for the help. So again, let's go back real quick. If you're looking to hunt a dog for little to no money, asking for people who need a dog hunted. Asking people, hey, do you have pups? Is there a way I can work a puppy deal with you? If, you can't sell a few of them, is there a way that, hey, I take a pup, and if they turn out, I can, get a pup back to you. That sort of thing. And there's just a few others that you can just go about. Hey, can you mentor me? I just want to learn how to hunt these dogs, how to work them, how to train them. Am I able to be a mentor under you? And you'll be surprised once that person sees that you're putting the time, effort, and energy into it. They'll be more apt to give you a dog, because they know that dog is going in good hands. So there's some things to think about along your journey. Again, being new, use that to your advantage. And again, you're always able to send me a message on Facebook or TikTok, Instagram. Steve Thomas, Balling Out Kennels. We're always willing to help. Me and my team, we're always here to help any way we can. So don't hesitate to reach out to some of us, and we'll get you connected, or our best we can, to somebody who can get you started in this right track. Again, we're happy that you're here with these hunt dogs, and we look forward to working with you and just, being a friend. Being a friend. Making the connection across this country with these hunt dogs is what it's all about. And I'm Stevie Thomas with Balling Out Kennels. Stay sharp, stay real, stay houndy.